Okay, guys, I'm trying something here. I'm trying to simulcast on Facebook. Totally random. Let me go like this. So, welcome back. This is day 6 of the Be Your Own Guru Summit. I'm France Aprahamian, the architect of this event. And I've been having fun sharing with you guys this week. I can't believe it's only one day left. I'm going to do this. Um, and then I think there's someone actually going like at 7 o'clock on, I think it's 7 o'clock on Wednesday. It's the latest one. It may be 8. I'll have to check. Check the website, beyourown.guru.weebly.com. So thanks to everybody that's been watching and everyone who's been involved. I know I've had a great time. I've heard good reviews from the people that have shared. It's all about us getting the word about manifesting out. Okay. So today's topic is, what is today's topic? Well, I just totally went blank. Why should I manifest? Why should I bother manifesting? Is it really worth it? Well, if you've seen any of the other things that I've shared, you will know this. You're already manifesting all the time anyway. You might as well take control and get some actual benefits out of it. We manifest all day, all the time. We use our feelings, we use our thoughts, of course, we use our actions. But when we say manifest in this way, when you're thinking about The Secret or Abraham Hicks or all these different teachers, we're talking about taking control of your thoughts and watching them so that you're on the path to your goals. And so that's what we mean by manifesting. And I believe that everyone should take the opportunity to change how they think, because it only takes a matter of you first understanding that that's what you need to do, and then taking some time to try it out. It's not as hard as you would think. You know, what ends up happening is your mind is clearer because you don't have so many random thoughts coming through. Of course, you're going to have random thoughts. That's the nature of this reality, this mental realm that we're kind of existing in. I say kind of, we've already talked about this. But then, like I said, the benefit is that you're able to program yourself for what you desire, what you need, what you want. And I was just thinking about the quote from the different places we've seen something like it'll say, "You don't get what you want, you get what you are." And when I see that, it just seems like it'd be a lot of work. Um, but I think it's just the way that it's written. You know, some things come to me in a way that's just not complimentary when I'm reading them. But then I go back later and I just take a look and I just kind of think, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's just it's the way that it's my perspective of it. I think the first thing that I think when I see it is that somehow we're not worthy of having our desires. We're only going to get what we want if we do a certain thing a certain way. Um, but that, like I said, it's not really how it works. There's really just tweaks to the way that you think that is really involved in all of this. And that is, again, watching your thoughts. And when I say watching your thoughts, I mean, if you decide that you want something in particular, it's helpful to not, what is the word? Not to go against what you've already claimed. Say, for instance, if you want and you had a desire for a new car. Okay. So once you claim your new car, you don't want to walk around saying, I wish I had a new car. Oh man, I wish I had the money for a new car. Because that goes against the fact that you've already claimed your new car. You claimed it as, I received my new car. I received my new car a week ago and I really enjoy driving it. So you don't want to spend a lot of time thinking in your mind, I wish I had a new car. Because why? You already have your new car. It just needs to show up in the physical realm. You're occupying it in the unseen realm already when you decided that you had it. And again, the unseen is just as significant, it's just as real as the seen, maybe even more real because the unseen exists, period. The physical realm exists to us because we've obtained these features that allow us to move around in it. But we also are living in the unseen realm, not just in our imagination, but in our dreams. And I never went into the technicalities of it because I don't know specifically every single thing about the unseen realm. But, as I was creating my special person, I actually, and I haven't said this really to anybody, actually started to see her in the house. And it's very interesting because I wasn't expecting it, but that's how real it is. There were like shadows of this person, because the reality is just as real in the unseen as it is in the seen. So why should you bother? Again, you're already doing it anyway. You might as well get some enjoyment out of it. Take some time and write down your desire as if it's already happened. But okay, so how do you decide what you want? That's the truth. The true statement of today is, how do I decide what I want? And people ask me this all the time. And what I tell them is this. First, write down what you don't want. Write everything you don't want down. Look at it, get the other sheet of paper, and write the opposite of that. And that's what you want. I know it's easier than you thought it would be, but that's really it. Write down everything you don't want. And so what's left is what you do want. So again, this word manifesting, to me, it brings about this idea of something continually happening. Because like, for instance, you say, I'm going to the store. You get in your car, you go to the store. You're not continually going to the store, right? You went to the store. Okay. So in manifesting, we have the other expression, I'm having manifested, which I like better, but even it's not really how it works. Because what we're doing is we're actually stepping into our claim of our desire. Our desire comes up and we say, oh, I want that. I want that, yes. And then we decide on a piece of paper what exactly it is about this that we want, right? What is it about this thing that we want so bad? So you're going to write that out. Or even if you don't have to write it, you may be able to just remember it in your mind, okay? But you want to immediately go from wanting things as soon as you can to claiming them as yours. Because your desire wants you just as badly as you want it, maybe even more than you want it. It came with you. It's part of you. We are the gods, okay? And we set all this in motion. We were in eternity, and then we came here. And it was not like a complete exchange, because part of us is still in eternity, our spirit. I'm going to call it spirit. Some people call it higher self. But our essence is still, we have one foot in the unseen, right? So our desires are bubbling up and they're wanting to be expressed in the physical world. It's almost like, it's like your kid wanting to go with you to the store or something, You want to leave them behind because you don't want to bother. But really, you kind of want them to go. And they're like, I really want to go. And so it's your desires like, I really I want to go. Don't you remember that you wanted me to be there with you? Don't you remember? Yes. Okay, I remember. Come on in. I remember. And then it goes from being a desire into the present moment. You know, that's why you want to do this. You want everything that you had um, thought about bringing with you. You want to go ahead and bring it in and have an experience. Back in eternity, you knew in advance you would want that Mercedes. Back in eternity, you knew that you'd want that, that house. It's okay. I'm going to say this again. Your desire, but they can't. Because you know what? When you're affirming, where you're affirming right here in your little mind, you're affirming in a closed off place. And in the Bible, you know what they call it? The closet. This is a closet. Your mind is the closet. Go in, shut the door, and affirm your desire. Affirm your desire. And I have to do my example again because it's the one that it's a very it was surprising to me. Okay, so back when I first started hearing about Neville, and tomorrow we'll talk about Neville, but he was 19th century mystic, early 1900s. He was born. Okay, so what I did, as my example, is I decided one day that I wanted to be considered elegant. So I said to myself, I'm elegant. And I think I even made a mind tape about it. But mostly I said it in my head. I would be sitting having coffee and I would be saying it in my mind. And it didn't take hardly any time. Um, I don't know, I feel like maybe I settled in my body easily at that point. Um, but one day I was having a conversation with a lady at the coffee shop and we finished the conversation and I turned to leave and she stopped me and she said, Renee. And I was like, okay. So I turned back around and she said, you know what? Every time I see you, I think elegance. And I was like, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I'd never said that to another soul, except I said it in my mind. So when you may get feedback from people saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't go here, you can't go there, just smile and keep on affirming. Okay? That's my advice. Keep on affirming. As long as you're not harming anyone, you're just, moving through your life, wanting things to happen, wanting more money at your job, wanting a new car, whatever it is. It doesn't even matter what it is. Like I said, as long as you're not hurting someone else, and that's only because that's going to come back on you. Okay. So just believe and understand that all you have to do is experiment. You can start with small stuff. I received a free cup of coffee. I received unexpected money. I received a good parking space. Man, I was really good at getting parking spaces, and I did never know why. I just always thought, hey, it just works for me. I drive in the parking lot. I'm going to get a good space. Next thing you know, I'm parked by the front door, and I never even thought about it. We do this stuff all the time. There is no such thing as coincidence, guys. We want to believe it is, but this is something else. I almost forgot about this. Okay, so there are people who believe that they should simply go along with the universe. The universe has my back. I don't have to do anything. The universe will do it for me. And I'm not saying that those people are not taken care of. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is it's okay to be specific, okay? Because the universe is doing what it's doing based on your energies, your emotions, and then your thoughts. And that's fine if it's going well. If it's not going well, you have this alternative. It's called making a list. It's called being specific with the universe because believe me, it would be easier on the universe. And that is a portion of us. We're God, we're the universe, okay? It's a lot easier if you put down what you want. Instead of saying, I want a new car, and being upset that you get a Kia, okay, nothing wrong with Kia, but if your mind was thinking a new car as something a little more high class, but you never really wanted to think it because you thought you may be being greedy or something, that's not really what it's all about. If you want a Mercedes instead of a Kia, focus on the Mercedes. Okay. It's okay. I'm giving you permission. Okay. The universe thanks me for telling you. It's a lot easier if you're specific. Okay. Saying you want a husband and marrying the first guy that comes along. Yeah. Might not work out too well. Be specific. I had a 10-step list for my ex-husband. And you know what? I didn't even know what I was doing, but I didn't know to make a list because at church, that's what they tell you to do. And at that point, he had everything but one thing. He was too short. Put everything on the list, and I would just read over it every now and then. That's fine. That's awesome. You can do that too. But just after you start reading it, don't go around saying, I wish I had a husband, because you already have a list. Okay. So claiming it and standing on it, persistent. And I'm really insistent about this thing. Your desire is your desire. Don't let anyone turn you away from your desire. Okay. If it's what you desire, then awesome. It is. It is what it is. And that's amazing. If for some reason it doesn't turn out like you would like, you know what? Have another thought. Have another run at it. Try it again. We're here for the adventure, guys. You have all the power within you to get the adventure that you want. They even say that in the Bible. Creation is finished. It's all done. It's all for you. In this realm, this physicality, this mental realm, and I'm saying that for a reason because there are other realms. There's a lot of dimensions in this realm, up, down, sideways. But still, when we manifest, we are bringing in our desires and allowing them to be embodied in this realm with us. And I just suggest that you go for it. Go for the gusto. Don't be afraid that you're going too high. Go for the top. You can start low and work yourself up. But I do have a suggestion about this. I did have quite a few. I had quite a few goals. I had like 4 journals, right? But what I was able to do was I condensed them because when you're creating, you want to live in the end, like I mentioned. You don't want to go backwards once you claim it. But I condensed them down to 1 or 2 statements, okay? And so what has happened as I affirm my statements, these various parts start to naturally break up themselves, okay? So you go to the end, you decide where you want to be, and then you're there in your unseen world. Say, for instance, I'm going to use the Rolls Royce as an instance again. Say you wanted a new car and you wanted a Rolls Royce. Okay, so I am so glad I chose a blue Rolls Royce. It has an amazing smell. And I love when I'm driving and I can see the RR on the steering wheel. I love the way it makes me feel as I'm driving down the highway, right? Now that's kind of a lot, but on your way to sleep, that's a good time to do that. And you do that scene, and you do that scene, and you do that scene till you fall asleep in that feeling of having your car, the car you desired, not one that you thought you could afford, because this can happen one of 100 cajillion ways, okay? Don't limit your desires because you have no idea how they can come to pass. Just even that simple thing with I'm elegant, and some person that I've seen around so many times says this to me, right? And then someone else said it later. And after my story, someone said it to me on Twitter. That's cute, guys. Thanks. um, but yeah, you never know. To mention a couple of days ago, because of who you are and your perspective, a lot of times what may or may not happen is it will come based on how you are. Okay. So your personality, how you deal with people, um, take that into account. And I'm saying that because two people get the same thing and they can get it in different ways, right? Because based on that person's personality, how they look at things and how they receive things. Some people may be opposed to, say, the lottery. Okay. They may receive their money from inheritance. You don't know. Like I said, there's no way to know how it's going to happen based on you and what you allow, how open you are to receiving your desire to you. Okay. So that kind of went a little different than I thought it would go, but it's all good. I hope everyone understood um, that the reason to manifest is to go ahead and receive the benefits that you are here to receive, because you're manifesting all the time anyway. You might as well get what your desire is and start being joyful and happy and understanding this lifetime is for the adventure. There's no judge in the sky. We are the gods. We are the gods. We are the gods. Did I say it loud enough? We are the gods, and we are here. And if you watch your thoughts, you'll see how they create, how they come into the world. Even this summit, you know, yes, I don't want to go over that again. I talked about that a couple days ago. But what I want you guys to do is to enjoy the rest of this day. Take a look at the site if you're interested in everything that's gone on before and the next 2 days. And most of all, I want to wish you guys an amazing evening. There's no way I could push them both at the same time.